What is going on, YouTube? So we're starting up the fireplace. It is still pretty cold inside of the house, so my wife wants me to start the fireplace, but we don't have wood small enough for the fireplace. So I gotta cut some of the wood that I have and make it smaller. But I want to start this video by saying I had just done regular maintenance on the Frontier. I didn't think to check this, but not only is the Nissan Frontier down, the Mercedes is down, and the red truck doesn't have plates. Oh, and my motorcycle, 4 things. My motorcycle doesn't have rear tires. Well, the rear tire is done. Yeah, this weekend we gotta get one of those vehicles running because I gotta go to work in a couple days. So let's get the video rolling right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of me cutting some wood. I usually use the table saw, and that's why I have it set up outside already. So I have the table saw here, and I'll use the table saw basically to cut them down. Like if this log is a little too long, I will cut it down halfways, and then I will split it as well, so that we can have, you know, basically from one log of firewood, we will make 4 pieces. So, and it's easier to burn inside of the fireplace, and it catches fire a little bit faster. Let me show you guys the fireplace, how it looks. See, that's the fireplace, and it's relatively small. So yeah, and I'm talking quiet in here because my wife is taking a nap. So, but yeah, guys, so I'll show you guys a little bit of me cutting the firewood. Oh, I went to the pickup parts today. I got some stuff for the red truck, the Dodge Ram. That's why I haven't tagged it. The lights are still not working on it, so I'm having trouble finding the electrical wire that is not letting it. It's either the relay or it's the whole switch. It's something. So I'm gonna take a look at it right now. But I'll show you guys me cutting some firewood right now. Give me a second. All right. So I'm gonna pause the video right here. We'll keep doing all this, chopping wood, cutting it, reorganize it somewhere where my wife can easily grab it for the fireplace. And then I will show you guys once I'm out there with the red truck and the Mercedes. I'll show you guys the issues that those cars have. So give me a minute. All right, so we're outside now. We finished all the fire cutting and all that. I got an Amazon package. So last we saw on the truck, on the red Ram, we had the front end, the front clip on. I already changed out the thermostat. I believe I took video of that. And we also have oil pressure now, so we could actually see the oil pressure. Let me show you guys that real quick. And this is basically how I have it right now, because I'm trying to figure out why the lights won't work. But check it out. Turns right on. We got voltage. This still doesn't work. We got oil pressure, and this still doesn't work. And then I can hear a misfire still a little bit. I can feel it, so I still gotta check that out. Let me show you guys the engine bay. That is the most important thing. Here's the engine bay, as you guys can see. It keeps coming off. So I ordered a new one of these. This one's supposed to go down there, by the way. But this new intake manifold from this year, it actually doesn't have that other spot. And instead of drilling and tapping it, I just bought one of those, which the Mercedes has. And I'll show it to you guys right now. Here's the sensor already. Also, a couple of videos ago, I broke the little clip that's right here to pop open the hood latch, and so I'm having to use one of these because a couple of videos ago this broke, and then it would actually go through here over here, and you would be able to open up the hood through there. So here is that sensor that I was telling you guys about, that I put it on the Mercedes. And let me show you guys what the issue with the Mercedes is. I had left this standing up, by the way, so it would catch all that oil that is falling from right here. That is no bueno right there. That is the oil cooler. And I'm dripping more. So the oil cooler gave out on it. It broke. So when I originally installed this cooler, you're supposed to hold it. You're supposed to hold it with one with one wrench from the inside, and then turn it with another wrench. I never held it. I just started turning it, and most likely what happened was I left it kind of weak, and eventually all the oil pressure, it gave out. So we got to fix that. Now, the Nissan Frontier. Let me drop a picture right here. Now, I had just done an oil change on that truck. I changed out the air filter, and I was checking the radiator hoses. I never checked the water heater hoses. Well, the lower water heater hose is snapped and leaked out all the coolant. So I don't know if that happened. There's miles right here. So I don't know if that happened as I was on my way to work, or if it happened once I got to work, or if it happened as I was leaving work. But what I do know is that once I was leaving from work, that truck had no coolant at all whatsoever inside. It was already overheated. By the time I saw the steam coming out, this is Finn, by the way. By the time I saw the steam coming out from the hood, it started knocking. Turned it off, called the tow truck right away. So I don't know what the extent of the damage is, because my wife went to go pick me up from work, and we left the little truck inside of the yard, the trucking yard where I work from. And so I'm basically waiting for Sunday to go down there and go pick up the truck, or whenever I have some time to be able to go down there and pick up the truck and then tow it back up here. So yeah, so we won't know, but I'll get video footage of of it. All four of my vehicles, my personal vehicles, are down. The only car that works is my wife's car. So now the red truck, right? The lights aren't working, so we went to the pick apart and we got two of these. These are the light switches, and I'm gonna replace them. They have, most of the time that is the issue, but it could also be the relay. It's not the fuse, because the fuses are good, but it could also be the relay. But we're gonna install that. And then I got the rear light bulb on the brake light. It's not even held on with anything. It's held in by a string. I got the pigtail for the rear brake light. And yeah, so we're gonna install that. Right now, let's install the switch. So let's install the switch real quick, and then let me make sure I did get the right part for the RAM also, the coolant switch. But yeah, this is the one. This is the switch. We're gonna go ahead and replace that and everything. And so yeah, so give me a second. Let me go inside of the truck. Oh, and then we also ordered the oil cooler, the new oil cooler for the Mercedes-Benz, because most likely if we can't bring the truck up, the Nissan Frontier, this weekend, we're gonna have to leave it down there for the rest of the week, or during the week when I can go down there and go pick it up. And then I'm gonna fix the Mercedes, and the Mercedes is what's gonna be taking me up and down to work. So yeah, the Mercedes is gonna be putting in some work now, and you guys will be able to see me driving it around and stuff. So yeah, so let me go ahead and install the switch, and let's see if the headlights will work. Also, the day that I was checking everything, I took off this part and I broke it because I didn't have the right T-handle to be able to take off the bolts. So I bought a new T-handle, and while I was at the pick apart, I got a new little what is this thing called? The plastic for the steering wheel. So I was upset. I really wanted to take the truck. I wasn't upset at the truck itself. I was upset at myself. I should have done the work faster, but whatever. Oh well. If you know anything about Dodge Rams from this year, well, I feel like almost any Dodge Ram from the 2000s and stuff, 90, I want to say like 90s up to like 2000s, the top dash just breaks off. It's so brittle, it just snaps off. So look at this. I could literally disconnect the switch from right here, but I'm not. We're just gonna take it apart, and then I don't want to pull the whole thing off because it's already snapping. So check this out. You got, hopefully it focuses. You see all that chard on it? I think it was a switch, but why did it get like that? That piece of metal that's in there was grabbing here, was nicking that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that tape off and see if there's not a cut wire, which I can see there is a cut wire right there, and it's a positive wire, believe it or not. People always think that, oh yeah, no, nothing's gonna happen. Yeah, something did happen. Okay, let me go and get a butt connector and splice that and then tape it back together. You can see the burnt wires on it. Hopefully it grabs it good. You can see the burnt connectors. I'll add an arrow onto the camera roll so you guys could see it. Okay, so this one's uglier looking than this one, so we're gonna put this one to basically test it out. I might have to go get a new connector, actually. I don't think I could use this one. Okay. I hear something. Check it out, the lights work. Check it out, the lights work. It was just that switch. Oh, thank God. So now we got lights. So it was that light switch that burnt out, unfortunately. And not unfortunately, but we know we solved the problem. We found it. So let me see. Lights turn on. High beam stay on if I want them to. Turn on, turn off. Let's see if the regular lights work, not the high beams. Yep, they work. And then the fog lights turn on too. Heck yeah. That's basically all we needed. And now I can go and register the truck. Well, not all we needed. We also want to be able to know what coolant temperature we're at. So let me put all this together. Here's the 3 connectors. And so whoever took off the tail light at the pick apart, they basically took the tail light, but they left the pigtails. Where the heck did I leave it? They left the pigtails out, and I just went in and snap, snap, cut, cut out of there. You guys see how it's being held by literally a string on there? Yeah, that's not good. We won't do that here. So and look, it's not even on there properly. I put a new light bulb to make sure it was just a light bulb, but yeah, we're gonna just splice the new connector on there. There's the old one. It's basically broken. Let me go get the new one so you guys can see the difference between both of them. Here's the new one, okay? And here's the old one. You guys see how the front part is the one that's broken off? And that's why it won't hold on to there. So that's not good. And then we'll do the black one with the racing stripe. And lastly, we'll do the green one. There's all the 3 of them connected. And check it out. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. So now my thing with this switch also is it actually touching the coolant? Because if it's not touching the coolant, then of course it's not gonna say what the temperature is, because it's not touching anything. So there's a piece of tape, and let's see if it's touching the coolant. So I'm gonna set you guys somewhere where you guys can see. If coolant comes out of here, we're good. If it doesn't, as soon as I put it on, I'm gonna turn the little thing. Oh, coolant is coming out. Heck yeah. So it is touching the coolant. So there's a new one. Is it not touching the coolant? What the hell? It is and it isn't. It's like barely touching it. I'm sure if the coolant's moving though in there, it'll touch it. Like a glove. Okay, there it is. Now let's turn on the truck and see if it tells me the temperature. Let's turn on the truck now and see what it do. See what it do. Now, I'm not gonna install this down right there just yet, because like I said, I still gotta splice that switch, the oil switch. And for sure the fuel, we still gotta fix that fuel problem. But for that, most likely what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to cut the bed, because I know that fuel tank's got like 10-15 gallons of fuel in there, and it's gonna be heavy. So I'm just gonna cut the top of the bed, put weld down some tabs on it, and then later on, and then be able to like have a lid basically to be able to access the fuel pump. So I'm gonna let it get warm now and see what it does. There's my pops over there. He came by. So we went on a test drive right now. Drives great and everything. The only thing is the coolant temperature sensor. I had to flip it so that it'll grab. I had to flip the coolant temperature sensor so it can grab better current. Hopefully it is that. But from what it looks like right now, there's no change on that. So I'm gonna swap out the other coolant temperature sensor that's on the truck right now. I'm gonna get the 97 style, which the part numbers are the same. They're interchangeable. So the 97 to the 2001. So I don't think it's that, but I'm still gonna swap it out. Put the one that it needs. We'll put it on there, and then I'll see what it does. And then the fuel pump and tires. So right now I'm gonna load up the tires and then take them down the street, see who will charge me less to be able to swap them out and stuff. So give me a second. By the way, these are the tires that are gonna be going on the Mercedes-Benz, but for now we're gonna use them in the truck. Same axles, so same setup and everything. Just want to see what the truck would look like with 37s, because originally I wanted to put 35s, but I have 37s here, might as well. And for reference, these are the tires it has right now. I believe they're 33s. These are the 37s. A lot bigger. I might have to actually cut the fender right here. But we'll see once I mount the tires into their new rims. And those are gonna be the rims that I'm gonna be using the Mercedes-Benz. Mock-up purposes on the Benz though, I'm gonna be using these tires that are originally on the Ram. And then, these tires have water inside of them because they were sitting outside. So I gotta clean out the water first, and then I'll throw them in the truck, in the bed of the truck, and go to the tire shop down the street. Give me a second. So there we go. We got all four of the 37-inch tires there, and we got these in there as well. So I'm gonna tie them down just in case they do fall out going down the road, and then I will record again once I'm at the tire shop. Give me a second. All right, so I picked up the kids from school. We went to the tire shop. They want $200 to dismount the old tires from the rims and mount the 37s on the rims. $200, that's a lot of money. Mucho dinero. Hola, YouTube. So, as you guys can see, it's another day. We have the red truck already pulled up front. The tires are still in the back. Lame. We couldn't find anybody that could do it for cheaper than $200, so we might just have to go ahead and stomach those $200. But, so, yeah. Okay, so the Mercedes, the oil cooler's still not here, but I bought some of these. These are basically rubber mounts, and it's so that, you know, diesels vibrate a lot, and I don't want that oil cooler vibrate so much again that it breaks again. I was able to buy a tool that I needed so that I can go work on a Hyundai Elantra. I have to go do the head gasket. Might not record that, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, and then take a look at this. We got parts for the Ram. We got cap and rotor, wires, spark plugs, and we also got a different temperature sensor. So this truck has two actually. It has one right here, and then there's another one down there. And we have to replace the one down there. So yeah, so I'm gonna set you guys up and we're gonna start working on this truck. I might not finish it right now. I might finish it later on because I have to go and do that head gasket. So give me a second. I can smell the unused fuel though. I can definitely smell it. To go down in there. Put that right there. And so it's cylinder 5, the one that has the misfire. That's the one that has been giving me issues. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the spark plug cable first. Oh my God, this thing is soaking wet. Let me uninstall the cap in the back, and then I will get right back with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if you know anything about these Dodges, is that distributor is way tucked in the back. So in order for me to see where the bolts are at, I got my little handy endoscope. And yeah, it's one of the cheap ones, but listen, when you don't get a lot of work that you require one of these, you don't want to spend the big bucks for the one that you can move it around and stuff, like the tip moves around. But a $20, $30 one is fine for the type of work that I do. Because all I need to know is where the bolts are at. And I found one here. There's one there. And found one right there. So it's 2 of them. And they actually have a Phillips end. So I'll be able to take it off with this. But yeah, so if you guys want to be able to get a stethoscope just like this one, I'm gonna leave the link to it down in the description of this video so that you guys can actually get your own. And when you guys buy stuff that I link down below, like my little bullet flashlight, I get a kickback through Amazon. So yeah, I'll leave I'll leave the link to this down below for you guys if you guys want to pick one up for whatever it is you need. My wife said next time we go out camping, we should take it so we can see where the fish were at. But I don't know how that's gonna help us out because we can see where the fish were at. They just weren't biting. So let me go ahead and remove this and I'll get back with you guys in a bit. Okay, so here's the cap. And I don't know if you guys can see, it just looks old. It doesn't look like, weird though. If it was just one cylinder misfire, I could tell which one wasn't getting a lot of spark on it. The cap doesn't look broken though. Oh, you know what? No, it's not broken. I really do think that it was just the cable, but either way, these are stock cables. The truck that we removed this engine from only had like about 98,000 miles on it. It was a brand new truck. Most likely it was a truck that was used like the Forest Service people or something. And they barely just drove it around wherever they were at, because the engine was brand new, brand spanking new. So either way, we're going to change out the distributor cap. We're going to change out the rotor, change out wires, and change out the spark plugs as well. So let me go ahead and get the new parts, show them to you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and install it. I'll skip over once I start installing, or anything that is of interest for you guys, because you guys can't really see back there. It's very tucked in there. But yeah, so give me 1 second. Hey guys, so it's a whole nother day. And as you guys can see, I'm changed, I'm different. I'm still doing the spark plugs, the wires, the distributor cap. Distributor cap is on, the rotor is on. We're doing the spark plugs right now. I already went to go do a head gasket. It was a 2014 Hyundai Elantra, the 1.8 liter. We did the whole head gasket. We put brand new head gasket on there, valve cover gasket. We did a timing chain kit on it. And we put a brand new radiator in it. Figured out that the whole issue that it happened was the radiator. The radiator had a small leak that it just leaked over time, and it caused the actual engine to overheat and therefore blew the head gasket. So all that is fixed now, and she should be able to have a good running car for a while now. And now we're doing the spark plugs on the truck so I can have something to drive to work tomorrow. If not, I gotta drive my wife's car again, and I kind of don't want to be taking her car away. So, but once I have all this done and the truck's ready to fire up, I will get back with you guys. So give me a minute. All right, they're all connected now. Just putting all the clips back together. All right, everything's connected, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on real quick and see what it do. See what it does. I still have that other coolant temperature sensor, but it's getting late, and I want to spend some time with my wife, so I'm probably not going to install this until later. It's a direct fan, so it doesn't really need it, because the fan's always going to be on no matter what. So yeah, and I'll know if it's overheating. So let me go ahead and turn it on. Give me a second. I'm gonna put you guys right there where you guys can see the motor. So this is for the AC, so don't worry about that. We don't need AC right now. It's disconnected, so don't worry about that one. So I haven't put all the stuff on the top, and there's a vacuum in there back here. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the OBD2 and see what it is that's misfiring. If it's probably just that. You know what? Let me put it all back together how it's supposed to be, and then we'll see. As you guys can see, it is nighttime, okay? Now, I spent this whole time cutting off the old injectors. Well, okay. So the new injectors that came in the 2001 engine, I took them off. Here they are. Okay, hold on. Where's the light? Okay, here they are. Here's the new injectors from a 2001, okay? I took off all the connectors, redid all that, put the old connectors from a 97 back on, and it still has a misfire. Cylinder 5 misfire. Valves, I'm thinking, valves. Okay, one last thing to check. Check this out. I'm gonna spray it. Cylinder 5 is right here. That's where cylinder 5 is at, where I'm pointing. Right there. Watch this. Okay? Do you guys hear the change in tempo of the engine? Intake manifold gasket is what it needs. An intake manifold gasket. I will update this video once I have the intake manifold gasket and I start putting back that on that truck. So yeah, it has an air leak. Like I've been saying it since I started the engine. I hear an air leak. I hear an air leak. I just gotta start going with my gut. So I'm gonna change the intake manifold gasket on it sometime this week, and we'll start driving it around. So I'll update you guys once that's done. So give me a second. Hey guys, as you guys can see, I'm in my home already. It's already 7:44 in the afternoon. I didn't get to work on the truck this whole week, and this video has to drop by tomorrow, Saturday morning. And Amazon barely came by and dropped off the gaskets for the intake manifold. So that video, you guys will see it next weekend. This weekend, whatever I was able to record, I'm editing the video right now on the laptop, and I should be able to post it by tomorrow morning. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around and watching these videos. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. So with that being said, next week's video will make a very detailed video for you guys. So if you guys wanted to tackle your own intake manifold gasket, you guys should be able to do it by yourselves, or you could reference this video for a couple of tips and tricks for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Love you guys. And I will show you guys right now when I go and splice those, when I go splice the rear tail light, when I go splice the rear tail, when I go splice the rear tail light, when I go splice the rear tail light connector. Why can't I say it? When I go splice the rear tail light, tail light? Oh, I keep seeing tail light. When I go splice the rear tail light connector. What the heck is wrong with me right now? Okay, whatever. I'm excited. Leave me alone. When I go splice the connector for the rear tail light. When I go splice the connector for the rear tail light, I will show you guys that. Give me a second.